Hello, my name's Chris Moore. I'm with Steel Projects Corporation and we are the software division of Feachep Group. Today I wanted to talk about using intelligent data to manage steel fabrication. Steel Projects creates and develops several levels of software for steel fabricators, ranging from the very simple through to the very complex. But today I wanted to talk to you about getting information from the Autodesk Advanced Steel solution into Steel Projects PLM, that's our complete fabricator solution, so that we can manage fabrication from start to finish. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to take an IFC file. This IFC file was specified by AISC, and the idea is that this is a single file that replaces the way that we've been doing this for a long time, replaces those hundreds of DSTV files. So let's get into the software and start showing you around how this works. First of all, let's show you around the interface. What we have here is a kind of list of projects on the left there, and projects are split into phases or sequences. Those are split into assemblies, and then assemblies of course are made up of various components. As you can see, when we bring in intelligent data, we bring in this IFC file, we can bring in the relationships of the parts that go together. So we're actually bringing in full assemblies. With DSTV files, we're only really ever bringing in single parts and managing single parts. But being able to bring in intelligent data, being able to bring in assemblies and the relationships between the parts that fit on assembly, enables us to do a lot more with the information. It enables us to check the information, enables us to put layout marks and piece marks on the information automatically inside the system. If you look here, there's an error. You can see a little shield there that says there's a problem. If we go and look at what that problem is, because we've got this intelligent data, we're able to drill down into that piece and find out what the problem is. And when we double click on that piece, we open the error that's occurred, and what we find here is that there's a piece mark that's come through from the detailing system that actually can't be applied in fabrication, in the manufacturing process. So we highlight these kinds of things, we highlight lots of other things that kind of check what the detailers have been doing. And then we can either choose to fix that problem or send it back to the detailer or whatever we need to do with it. So then, having seen your way around the interface, what we'll do now is we'll bring in a project from Advanced Steel using this IFC format. This is a brand new format specified by AISC. And we just make sure we've got the settings right, we find the file, it's a single file, and we basically import that data, import that file. What this is doing is it's bringing in all of the parts in a relationship, hierarchical relationship between the project, the phase, the assemblies, the parts, as I already kind of showed you. And then as we go through this, we can now start to browse what's been imported. You can see one phase there. In the phase, we also get a look at what kind of operations are in this job, how many holes need drilling, how many scribe marks, how many layout marks, how many cuts, how many copes. All of that kind of information comes in because it's intelligent data inside the IFC file. So then we can see the assemblies. As we look and drill down into the assemblies, we can see the various parts that are part of that assembly. And as we move forward, we can just review all those. We can see the hole sizes if we look in the bottom left hand corner of the screen there. So you can see it's brought in all of this intelligent data that we can now manage and choose to manage either as single parts or, the way that fabricators typically work, manage assemblies. We can manage assemblies through the process. So selecting a few assemblies here, we can push these to production. And because we have all the information and all the data about the various components, and because we also in the background we have a digital fabrication shop set up with all the limitations and settings that go along with that, we can actually automatically route these pieces through the shop. And as soon as we do that, we get a production time forecast as well. Once we've done that, we can move into the nesting and material optimization side of things. You can see here a list of parts and we can see which machine each part is scheduled to go to, and that's important because we only want to nest things that are going to go to the same machine or go down the same route through the shop. So we go through the process of nesting. You can see here we get the results. These results can be in 2D or 3D. We take into account information and configuration about the machines that those will be processed on. Can they cope? What's the thickness of the saw? You can see there a red mark that shows how thick the actual saw kerf is. We can rotate parts, we can do miter cuts nested together. So you can see the nesting results, the waste, what needs to be purchased, what's scrap, what's remnant, what needs to be put back to stock. And then of course we can get the typical reports that you would get out of this. This is a section nesting report with a barcode interface on it. All of our stuff can be done with barcodes. And again, you see this intelligent data is enabling us not only to put the pieces together to go to a single machine, but also to allow us to manage and report on these pieces to which workstation they need to go to. This is a roadmap report that tells you which workstation each piece needs to go through. It's kind of a traveler report that you can carry through the shop. So any number of reports, of course, are available in here. And if we then, because of all these pieces are going to various workstations, if we export that data, it will create the appropriate data that needs to go to that machine. Whether it's specific CAM data for a feature machine, whether it's DSTV data for another brand of equipment, or whether it's just reports and travelers that go with those pieces. That's set up in the background of the system. As we go through this, you can see now that the job has been sent to what we call tooling in this case, and from here we can start to track it. So this is our mobile system. This is a tablet-based system, and it contains all of the information that anybody on the shop floor would ever need about the pieces that are about to be fabricated. It's got a material list, the drawings come through, it's all there on a tablet, and it's all completely linked, so we can get a 3D view of the piece that the guy at the assembly workstation is actually making, and all the parts, a parts list that goes with that. And then on here, of course, he can also record his time. How long did he spend on that piece or these pieces making those? And this can all be done either using the touchscreen of a tablet or with a barcode reader. Very simple to use, very straightforward way of capturing information on the shop floor. Very, very easy to use, and everything a person on the shop floor would need, eliminating that paper. And when this comes back into PLM, we get all the information about progress of that job. Where is it in production? How much has been sent to the CNC equipment? How much has been sent through assembly? How much has been checked, loaded, shipped? All of that information comes back into the system automatically, either through the manual entry on the tablet or automatically from the CNC equipment. And you can see here various examples of another job there that shows how much is actually done. So we've basically been through the process. The analysis part of this, we can dig deeper and get all kinds of analysis of how much work is pending behind each machine, all of that kind of stuff. But basically that was a very brief overview of how to import data, how to use intelligent data for steel fabrication. So again, I thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, just contact me at that email address there. Thanks very much.